Michael Jordan is arguably the most important figure in NBA history, the GOAT in many fans' eyes. Jordan spent his entire career being idolized by every youngster who came into the league. But there was one Jordan legend that stood out amongst the rest, one man who not only challenged Jordan's legacy but challenged him on the court as well. One man who idolized Jordan but found himself an enemy. That man was Kobe Bryant. Their 1997 matchup. Let me set the scene for you. Michael Jordan entered his 1997-98 season off the back of 2 titles in a row. Jordan and the Bulls were looking to get their second three-peat of the 1990s, but it was not going to be easy for Jordan. He was getting closer to 35 years old, with the Bulls roster struggling with age and injuries. With Scottie Pippen out with injury, Jordan needed a good game to help the Bulls get past a struggling LA Lakers team. While the team matchup did not massively interest anyone, it was the man that Jordan would be guarding who drew the attention of the media. 19-year-old Kobe Bryant had been the 13th pick of the Los Angeles Lakers in the 1996 draft. Kobe was still incredibly young in the league, so was gradually seeing his minutes increase. The guard benefited from the Lakers running a small ball lineup that saw him play in the small forward spot. The matchup did not look as simple as it does now. The Lakers had a much better record than the Bulls at the time, with Chicago not looking as dominant with their injuries. Jordan was still expected to dominate this matchup as he was still looking like the best player in the league. Well, that is pretty much exactly what happened, with the Bulls defense making the Lakers starters shoot an abysmal 25% from the field. Future 7-time NBA champion Robert Horry scored 0 points in 33 minutes at a plus-minus of -32. Michael Jordan had the sort of night many expected, scoring 36 points on just 22 shots and hitting 11 of 12 free throws. It was a comfortable 21-point victory, but those stats do exclude one very important person. In the big-time matchup against his idol, Kobe Bryant had been the one shining light of this Lakers team. Kobe went shot for shot with MJ, finishing up with a season-high 33 points on 20 shots despite coming off the bench. He shot 60% from the field and from 3 while still avoiding a negative plus-minus. At just 19 years old, Kobe looked like he could have been the best player on the court at that time. To do this while matched up against the greatest player of all time, who was an elite-level defender, is incredibly impressive. The Lakers might have lost the game, but everyone in that arena knew they were watching a superstar in the making. A different matchup. Over the next few years, Kobe and Jordan went in different directions. MJ announced his second retirement after the lockout of 1998 before returning to the NBA with the Washington Wizards to start the 2001 season. While Jordan was out of the league, Kobe did develop into a superstar. Alongside Finals MVP teammate Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe had helped take the Lakers to back-to-back championships, and they were aiming to emulate the Bulls with a three-peat. There was no doubt that at the time, Kobe was the closest we had ever seen to Jordan. Fans were even thinking that one day the youngster could overtake Jordan's resume. Kobe already had 2 titles at age 24, and the Lakers looked like an unstoppable force in the NBA. One guy who definitely noticed those comparisons was Jordan. In the early 2000s, the Jordan brand was incredibly popular with NBA stars. Everyone wanted to be like Mike, but Kobe looked like he could actually be as great as Jordan, which seemed to rub the Wizards star the wrong way. The story. Kobe and MJ had a lot of intense matchups throughout the years, but one single line might be the entire reason why the pair's matchups always had a little bit more intensity. Former Wizards superstar Gilbert Arenas gave the fans a little bit more insight into some of the things said between MJ and Kobe. In the 2002-03 season, Kobe and Jordan matched up in November, with the Wizards pulling off a surprise 1-point victory. At the game, Kobe was wearing the Jordan 8 shoes, which I'm sure MJ noticed. Arenas explains that during the game, Jordan taps Kobe on the butt and says, "You can put the shoes on, but you ain't never gonna feel them." That is one of the best pieces of trash talk you will ever hear from one of the best trash talkers in NBA history. Let's not forget the time that Jordan shot a free throw with his eyes closed just to get in the head of Dikembe Mutombo. Jordan is not only the best player in league history, but he has got to be up there in terms of the best trash talkers in NBA history as well. Jordan knew how to get under an opponent's skin. This would have hurt Kobe even more than any other player trash talking him because it came from the guy he was idolizing. Suffice to say, that trash talk got under Kobe's skin. Kobe's response. According to Arenas, Kobe didn't speak to any teammates for 2 weeks after the incident. Things got so bad that his Lakers teammates thought they had done something to upset Kobe. They even went to head coach Phil Jackson, who had to explain what had happened. In Kobe's mind, this minor slight was the perfect motivation for him. In Jordan's words, Kobe took things personally. Bryant worked on his game for months and months after that. He wanted to be just like Jordan, and to have his idol say something like that to him must have broken his spirit. Kobe was already a multiple-time champion and was on course to be the best player in the NBA, but he was still so upset by what Jordan said. Kobe had one thing on his mind: revenge. Well, Kobe got the chance for revenge in March of 2003 in what turned out to be the final matchup between these teams. Kobe and Jordan's matchup. The Lakers were not having the season they had hoped for despite winning 3 NBA titles in a row. They were still on their way to the playoffs, but nowhere near as impressively as previous seasons. March 28th was set to be one of the most highly anticipated matchups in NBA history. Kobe clearly remembered that moment because he had an all-time performance in a game that was never really close. Kobe came out of the gate with 42 first-half points on his way to an incredible 55-point performance in the blowout victory. Everything that Kobe was doing that night worked. Those points came on just 29 shots, with Kobe shooting a brilliant 70% from the three-point line. He was plus 21 for the entire game despite the best efforts of Jordan, who was matched up against Kobe. MJ had a solid game himself, leading the Wizards with 23 points and 4 assists, but the star of the day was very clearly Kobe Bryant. It was a season-high shooting performance for the Lakers guard in a game that didn't really mean much. The Lakers were always going to be the better team, but it was very clear that this was personal for Kobe Bryant. This was more than just another regular season game. He wanted to prove to his idol that he could become just as good as Jordan was. He wanted that passing the torch game where he became the face of the league. Jordan and Kobe's relationship. Just because the pair exchanged some harsh words doesn't mean they did not have respect for each other. While Jordan would have enjoyed poking fun at an opponent, he would have also known that his words would be a motivational push for Kobe. The two had a complicated relationship, but there was always a huge amount of respect between the pair. Jordan might not have liked the fact that there was a new kid on the block who was trying to overtake his resume. But over the years, that over-competitive nature that Kobe had meant it was impossible for Jordan to dislike him. MJ just wanted to push the kid as far as he could. These were two absolute killers on the basketball court, and it showed the psychological warfare that takes place between the best of the best. What do you think about the relationship between Kobe and MJ? Why not put your thoughts in the comment section down below, hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.